I try untying, now it's too tight. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Shrimadbhagavatam Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Bhagatana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Bhagatana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhagatana Ranjana Kiravanachari 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Yashodanandana Bhagatana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhagatana Ranjana Kiravanachari Kiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Aladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Srinath Ji Jaya Bala Gopal Srinath Ji Jaya Yurumada Jaya Srinath Ji Jaya Bala Gopal Jaya Srinath Ji Jaya Yurumada Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Haribo 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 Nitayora Haribo Nitayora Haribo 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 Nitayora Haribo Namo Shrimadbhagavatam Pretty much let's go Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jayam Vishnupad Brahmhamsa Parivajagacharya Astotarartata Shri Srimayam Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishuri Grantaraj Shrimadbhagavatam Samaveda Bhakti Vindaki Jai Gaur Pemanande All voices All voices Shishi Guru and Gauranga Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
11 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiriye
Tato Jayamudiriye
Astaprayeshu Vabhadreshu
Astaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtiki
Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtiki
Hare Krishna. How's everyone today? Fantastic? I heard fantastic from the back. Good.
Okay.
If we are in Srila Prabhupada's Devasuddhan Mandir and not fantastic, something is wrong with us. This is an oasis that Srila Prabhupada has given us. We're so fortunate. Reading from Grantharaj Shrimadbhagavatam today, Canto 1, Chapter 14, Text number 11, The Disappearance of Lord Krishna. Urvakshi Urvakshi Bahavo Muyam
Urvakshi Bhagavo Mahyam
Spuranti Anga Puna Puna
Spuranti Anga Puna Puna
Vepatuscha Piriddaye
Vipatuscha Vigadaye
Aradasyanti Vipriyam
Aradasyanti Vipriyam
Urvakshi Bahavo Mayam
Urvakshi Bhagavo Mahyam
Spuranti Anga Puna Puna
Spuranti Anga Puna Puna
Vepatuscha Piriddaye
Vipatuscha Vigadaye
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mayam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Spuranti anga puna puna.
Spuranti anga puna puna.
Vepatuscha piriddaye.
Vepatuscha piriddaye.
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Aradasyanti vipriyam. Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Spuranti anga puna puna. Vepatuscha piriddaye. Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Spurantanga punah punah.
Spurantanga punah punah. Vepatuscha piriddaye.
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Urvakshi bhavavo mahyam.
Spurante anga puna puna.
Spuranti anga punah punah.
Vipatu kape radaye.
Vepatuscha piriddaye.
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Aradasyanti vipriyam.
Uru,
Uru.
thighs.
Thighs.
Akshi,
Akshi.
eyes.
Eyes.
Bahava, the
Bhavava.
arms.
Arms.
Mayam,
Mayam.
in mind.
Iman.
Spuranti,
Spuranti.
quivering.
Quivering.
Anga,
Anga.
left side of the body.
Left side of the body.
Puna, puna.
Puna puna.
Again and again.
Again and again.
Vepatu,
Vepatu.
palpitations.
Palpitation.
Cha,
Cha.
also.
Also.
Api,
Api.
certainly.
Certainly.
Hridaye,
Hridaye.
in the heart.
In the heart.
Arat,
Arat.
due to fear.
Due to fear.
Dasyanti,
Dasyanti.
indicating.
Indicating.
Vipriyam,
Vipriyam.
undesirable.
Undesirable.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are all quivering again and again. I am having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. Please repeat, the left side of my body,
The left side of my body.
my thighs, arms, and eyes
My thighs, arms, and eyes.
are all quivering
All quivering.
again and again.
Again and again.
I am having heart palpitations
I am having heart palpitations
due to fear.
due to fear.
All this indicates
All this indicates
undesirable happenings.
undesirable happiness.
Purport. Material existence is full of undesirables. Things we do not want are forced upon us by some superior energy, and we do not see that these undesirables are under the grip of the three modes of material nature. When a man's eyes, arms, and thighs quiver constantly, one must know that something is going to happen which is undesirable. These undesirables are compared to a fire in the forest. No one goes into a forest to set fires, but fires automatically take place in a forest, creating inconceivable calamities for the living beings of the forest. Such a fire cannot be extinguished by any human efforts. The fire can be extinguished only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends clouds to pour water on the forest. Similarly, undesirable happenings in life cannot be checked by any number of plans. Such miseries can be removed only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends His bona fide representatives to enlighten human beings and thus save them from all calamities. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagrana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paridana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are all quivering again and again. I am having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. So, this chapter Krishna, this is called the Mosha Lila. It's a very, because our soul has assumed this material body. But Krishna has no material body. So he has no machinery. He has no muscles and bones and blood. That's machinery. That's earth, air, fire, water, ether. But Krishna's form, body, is Sat Chit Ananda. So this is the fundamental confusion. So when we say Krishna left, there's no body left behind to put into the fire. Krishna is Krishna. He leaves. And he appears. And he leaves. And he appears. According to what? His icha, his desire. When do we leave? According to laws of nature. When do we appear? According to laws of nature. So, Krishna's disappearance is not like our disappearance. So, his disappearance is also very sweet, and there's many things to learn. This is one of the foundational things. He did not leave because of his toe being pierced. Like, he left because he wanted to leave. He left because his business was done. Just like, a great king comes to some assembly. He comes when he wants to, and he leaves when he wants to. Nobody can force their will upon him. And Krishna is the supreme controller. King might be controller of some small area, but Krishna is the supreme controller. So everything he does is according to his desire. And that is the position of Krishna. And that's why Krishna says that if you know my janma karma, chame divyam, if you know my birth and activities, then naiti mam iti sarja. No need to, you become liberated. Because you know, Krishna is the supreme giver. So, we'll talk in the coming weeks about this disappearance of Lord Krishna. But let us make sure we have very strongly understood the foundational principle that Krishna comes when he wants and he goes when he wants. That is Ishvara Parama. We can chant Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidan, What does that mean? It means this, right? That he comes and goes when he wants. Sachidananda Vigraha. He has a form that is not earth, air, fire, water, and ether. It is Satchit Ananda. So, that is the understanding. And we know, so Yudhishthira Maharaj here is saying that the left side of the body is quivering. These palpitations. I find it very interesting that even in Sanskrit this word palpitations is there. This is a source of all knowledge and language. So this word, vepatu, palpitation. So this quivering. So those who are learned and aware, they are able to perceive these things. So what, these verses, these past several verses from the beginning of this chapter, Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying, there are some bad signs. Right? What are some of these bad signs? He says, even between husband and wife, there is always strain and quarrel. What percentage of marriages today end in divorce? Over 50%. Even in familial affairs, there were misunderstandings between fathers, mothers, and sons. We see that around us. And in the course of time, it came to see that people in general became accustomed to greed, anger, pride, etc. Are we seeing greed in the world? Pride, anger, right? So even the timings were all off. So a devotee knows that without the presence of Krishna, nothing good happens. Nothing good occurs. And with the presence of Krishna, everything is perfect. Now, very interestingly, Yudhishthira Maharaj is observing these circumstances in somewhat surprising, right? Form. He's surprised. But where has he just come from in recent past? He came from this horrific battlefield where he saw many so-called undesirable things. People dying. Not just people, his loved ones. But that is not undesirable according to Yudhishthira Maharaj. It's a very subtle but important point. That in the presence of Krishna, some things may go not according to our plan. But a devotee sees that is best. Because whose plan is better? My plan or Krishna's plan? The devotee knows Krishna's plan. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is not lamenting some calamities that took place. By external vision, a huge battle, millions and millions of people died. But he knew, okay, this was the arrangement of Krishna. But now he is seeing that, people are fighting. There's anger and greed. There is, all these, says, this is actually undesirable. Because he understood this was being caused by the disappearance of Krishna. In the presence of Krishna, whatever sort of calamities or setbacks we see are not really calamities. And this is Yudhishthira Maharaj's great insight that we have to try to apply. Because we think, okay, if I come under Devasudan Mandir and bow down to the feet of Shishi Radha Kunj Vihari, everything will be perfect. And we see so many disturbances. But they are not disturbances. They are perfect.
Okay.
They are perfect according to Krishna's plan to perfect us. To perfect us. Because we are imperfect, anarthas, impurities. these disturbances actually purify us. They give us purity and embolden our strength in devotional service. You know, if you want to become humble, you come to ISKCON because you'll be humbled. Someone will criticize you. No one will glorify anything you do. Only glorify Krishna. And, you know, there's some austerity involved. Tolerance. Right? Where else we can get that? It's the best. Sometimes we say, oh, why are there so many disturbances? No, actually it is our great fortune. Great fortune because we have to rip out these anarthas in the heart. So when Krishna is present, as Radha Kunjari is standing here, things are. But as soon as we walk out these gates, there's an avalanche. You know, I was reading something about this person, and he had gone on one hiking expedition. And he'd gone on a hiking expedition, and he had some setbacks, some challenges. And then he's going again and again, and finally he's in this, you know, valley. And they're having some lunch, 3 or 4 people. All of a sudden they hear a and a huge avalanche comes. And 2 of the people he's with died. And I was reading this verse, I was just thinking, their plan was to climb this mountain. But Krishna's plan was different. And no matter what we do, he was like an expert mountaineer. Expert mountaineer. World's best. But it could not be saved by Krishna's plan. So, as soon as we, you know, leave Krishna, we are just avalanched with difficulties. So Prabhupada writes in here, material existence is full of undesirables. Right? Undesirables. How many of us desire to become sick? How many of us desire to become sleepy in Bhagavatam class? How many of us desire to go hungry? You know, to be poor, to whatever? None of us. Why it happens? If I am in so much control, why this happens? Simplest of simple logic.
We are not in control.
We're not in control. Someone else is in control of our existence. Someone else, there's a higher power. If there were no higher power, things that I don't want to happen wouldn't happen. Simple. If I was in control, things I don't want to happen couldn't happen. If Krishna did not want to leave at this time, would he have left? No. Because for Krishna, he is Ishvara Parama. If he doesn't want it to happen, so we are always under control. And why we are called marginal potency. We are Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke. We are part and parcel of Krishna, who is Sat Chit Ananda. We are also Sat Chit Ananda. Because again, we are not this body. We are Sat Chit Ananda. So why are we considered marginal? Marginal because we are made up of the superior spiritual energy, the Para Shakti. That is our. But due to our illusion, we choose to associate with the material energy, the Apara Shakti. the inferior Shakti. So when we do, we become under control of material nature. So we are always under control. Either under control of Krishna's superior spiritual energy, or under control of Krishna's inferior material energy. We are always under the control of Krishna, one way or the other. Because we don't have any independent existence. Meaning we cannot survive independently. We know, I make this point every Bhagavatam class, we came into this world with
Nothing.
and we are leaving this world with
Nothing.
now. What do we need to survive? Nothing? No, we need oxygen, we need food, we need shelter, we need some this, we need some that. Long list of things we need. So we came with nothing, we leave with nothing, but we need so many things. So how we can say we have an independent, we are dependent. We're dependent. If the sun stops rising from tomorrow forward, what happens to our existence?
Won't be.
We're done. No, we'll live. It'll just be dark. Okay.
How many days?
How many days? How long you'll feed yourself? Without photosynthesis to generate the growth of plants, how will we eat? No, I'll eat animals. Okay, when you kill all the animals, what you'll eat? So, we are dependent in all aspects. So, our choice is, do I become dependent on Krishna's spiritual energy or his inferior material energy? That's the only choice we have. We have one of two options. And if we become under the control of Krishna's inferior material energy, what happens? Prabhupada tells us, things that we do not want are forced upon us. And we do not see that these undesirables are under the grip of the modes of material nature. So how stupid are we? At least me. I think, okay, something undesirable is happening. Let me make a new plan. My boss is not very nice to me. So now let me make a plan to overtake his position. Or maybe I'll get a new job. Or maybe I'll do this. I don't have enough power, so let me go and accumulate more power. And every step I take, more undesirables are coming than good. In this material world, you take one step forward and 2 steps back. One step forward, 2 steps back. One step forward, 2, like this, over and over and over again. Everything we are trying to have is upended. And we are slapped over and over and over again by the material energy. And yet I think, okay, if I just keep working a little bit more effort, then I'll remove all these undesirables. Let me get a few more zeros in my bank account. Let me get, a few more positions in my company. Let me get a few more friends. A few more this, a few more bedrooms in my house, few more. And none of it works. Because under the control of material energy, undesirable is guaranteed. We just celebrated the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. Hiranyakashipu had everything in the universe. We are trying to accumulate things. We go to Costco and try to accumulate big things. We try to accumulate big houses, right? So we are accumulating more and more. And we think, if I get a little more, I'm happy. Well, Hiranyakashipu acquired everything. Everything.
Universe.
He was happy? Still undesirable. Even he expressed, no, I won't be killed, land, air, inside, outside, day, night, human, animal, weapon, no weapon, all of it. Null and moot. Irrelevant. Undesirable. So we have our own experience, and we have many before us. So this undesirable is the nature of the material world. Prabhupada says these undesirable compared to a fire in the forest. It just creates devastation. Devastation. And nobody wants the fire, but it happens. So nobody wants this material nature troubles, but it happens. Why? Because of the modes of nature. And the modes of nature are acting under the control of Krishna. And we are being controlled by the modes of nature. But due to our ahankara, our false ego, we think, kartahamiti manyate, I am doing. But in fact, it is prakriti, the material nature that is doing. So, the devotee, however, sees that this material nature giving this difficulty as the greatest of fortune. Why?
Because Maya has a different job. False ego,
In the midst
illusion.
of those difficulties, devotees remember Krishna.
If the material world was so pleasant, how I will ever then remember Krishna, the supreme pleasant. When a devotee is slapped by material nature, oh, thank you, Krishna, you're waking me up. Thank you, Krishna, you're waking me up. Thank you. But instead, when we get slapped with it, Krishna, why?
Why me?
Why are you tormenting me? My dear child, I'm tormenting you to forget material nature. Remember me. So the devotee sees that these undesirables are desirable. Because it's a reminder that without Krishna, I am done. But I'm so foolish that I sometimes try to go away, and Krishna slaps and reminds me, come back. Oh, thank you, Krishna. Because just like in the presence of light, there can be no darkness. Actually, what is the definition of darkness?
Without light, there's no light.
That's the only definition you can have. Absence of light. So, material energy, material world experience is absence of Krishna. As soon as Krishna is present, there's no undesirable. There's no undesirable. We may see and experience some, my plan not going, even in my spiritual journey. But that's desirable. Why? Because Krishna's plan. I am coming under His energy, His shelter. He must have a better formula for me. So, this world, this material world, it is full of undesirable, but that is also desirable for the devotee. Because they see, this is my slapback. In the spiritual energy, there's also undesirable, but it is also my fortune. Because, Krishna's plan is better. And both of these are getting us to shed one fundamental flaw in our understanding. I am not the controller. I am dependent. Nitya nitinanam chaitanas chaitananam. Eko bahonam yadi. I am eternal, Krishna is eternal, but I am dependent, I am maintained by that supreme eternal. Krishna. So, when things don't go our way, we should embrace that. It's Krishna reminding us He is in control. Because what happens, right? We know when things are going good, we're on a roll.
Right.
I am good. I am great. Krishna who?
Who is Krishna?
Why do we forget? So, Prabhupada tells us that how to understand this. We chant every day, Samsara Dava Nilalita Loka. What are we chanting? Samsara Dava. Where,
Fire.
Forest fire. And who is going to extinguish that fire of conditional life? Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vindam. The feet of the spiritual master. Prabhupada says, such miseries are removed only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends His bona fide representative to enlighten human beings. So, the Guru is who enlightens us to see this reality. It's so stark and clear, but we don't see it. So we need somebody to show it to us. And that is what Srila Prabhupada has done through his books, through his temples, through training up so many of his disciples who are now gurus, so on and so forth. This is our path. Because without the mercy of Krishna, we cannot get Guru. And without the mercy of Guru, we cannot get Krishna. So we have to surrender to the spiritual master to come out from this punah, again and again, unwanted, undesirables, vipriyam, this undesirables. And when we come under the shelter of Krishna, actually there is no undesirable. Everything is desirable. Because it's Krishna's plan. So then where is the scope for me to be unhappy? Unsatisfied? I just keep putting my effort, putting my energy, and faith. Krishna has a plan. Doesn't mean Krishna's plan that I become lazy. Okay, I have to sit back and see Krishna's plan unfold. No. He tells Arjuna, you fight. Vigata Jara, without lethargy, you fight. But, you know, my plan. Think, in 11th chapter, right? Krishna is seeing, Arjuna is seeing all the soldiers being killed. And he's thinking, well, now Krishna wants me to fight? They're already dead. I just sit back, watch the movie, relax. Is popcorn anywhere? Popcorn? No. Krishna says, you be an instrument in my plan. So our role is to be an instrument in Krishna's plan, not to give Krishna our plan. I told you before, right? How to make Kunj Bihari laugh?
Saying our plan.
Tell him our plan. You know, like when small child says, Father, Father, this is the plan for today. I says, oh, really? Really? Okay. And then Father says, no, this is the plan for today. You know, that's how it works. So, this is the position. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, you know, is recognizing. Because again, as I open this discussion, right? From an external view, he's coming from seeing many undesirable things. This battle, people dying, so much strife and conflict. And now he's seeing, but he knew this was not undesirable. Why? Krishna was there. Krishna's presence. In Krishna's presence, there is no undesirable. In lightness, there is no darkness. By definition, there's no darkness. Similarly, in Krishna's presence, there's no undesirable. But now that Krishna has disappeared, Yudhishthira Maharaj is seeing real undesirable. So we have to see good and bad. Because we'll see good and bad in the material world, but we'll also see good and bad in our spiritual life. But there's no bad. But we'll see that. And that is our impurities.
Okay.
That is our unearthing. So we have to surrender to Krishna's mind. When we see bad, oh, it's Krishna's mind. I remember, when I would read Prabhupada Lilamrita, sometimes I'd be angry. Krishna, why you did this to Prabhupada? So much difficulty, so much struggle. It's heartbreaking. And then realize, this was Krishna's plan. And then I was trying to meditate. I used to have, my father and I would have such nice, sweet discussions on, Prabhupada Lilamrita, and we would say, this is all like our own, just a sense, Prabhupada went through those difficulties so that we would not take it for granted. If we really know the struggle Prabhupada went through, it can only fill your heart with gratitude. That he endured so many challenges that we should take to this process seriously. And I'm thinking, so Prabhupada must have been feeling that if my trouble gives inspiration to the fallen conditioned soul to take this process, then that trouble is my greatest happiness. It's very, you have to go a few layers, but it's very deep. And that's how a devotee understands that, Krishna is so perfect that he can give a devotee difficulty that enhances his love and surrender to Krishna. And at the same time, that difficulty can inspire another to take to the process of bhakti. Only Krishna can create such scenarios. So, that is the fundamental point. Absence of Krishna, undesirables. Presence of Krishna, full desirables. And a devotee sees there's no absence of Krishna because material energy is Krishna's, apara shakti. So, devotee doesn't see any because everything is related to Krishna because they have presence of Krishna here and here. When Krishna is here and here, Krishna is always here, but we don't perceive. Then, no. Granthara Shrimadbhagavatam ki Shrimadbhagavatam. Any comments, questions?
Very nice question. Yeah, I gotta watch this again.
Yeah. As you are reading the Bhagavad, I remembered the Guru Ashtakam first paragraph. But every day I recite, so amazing that the mercy of spiritual master, the forest fire could be extinguished by cold shower, being received from the mercy of spiritual master.
That is the only way of Prabhupada writes, a forest fire is not extinguishable by man-made efforts. It's quite ironic, sad but ironic, that in California we have so many forest fires. It is right next to the largest body of water in the world. But we can't do anything about it. This side is huge water, this side, dry land, firing. And nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. So, this is the nature. But what we can do, surrender to Guru, and Guru can extinguish the fire of conditional life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives us in Shikshashtakam prayers that the 7 benedictions of chanting the holy names of the Lord. One, cleansing the mirror of the heart. One of them is to extinguish the fire of conditional life. This fire word is used throughout our Shastra. Anything else? Thank you, Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Grantaraj Shrimadbhagavatam ki Grantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Hare Krishna.